In this video, we will see the itinerary of Australia's second largest city and the cultural capital of Australia. Hello friends, welcome to our channel. This is the fourth part of the Australian itinerary after Sydney, Gold Coast and Cairns. Melbourne is the coastal capital of the southeastern Australian state of Victoria. There are many good hotels in the CBD area. Melbourne has one of the best public transport system in Australia. It includes metro, buses and trams. On day 1, after checking into the hotel, plan for a guided tour of the Melbourne Cricket Ground. With the capacity of 100,000 people, the Melbourne Cricket Ground is the largest stadium in Australia. It was the world's largest cricket stadium before moving to the second spot during 2021. A behind-the-scene tour of the MCG reveals more than 150 years of Australian sporting history. You will get to see the MCC library, players' change room, and also walk on the arena. MCG, locally known as The G, has served as the centerpiece stadium of the 1956 Summer Olympics, 2006 Commonwealth Games, and 2 Cricket World Cups in 1992 and 2015. It has become the principal venue for Australian Football League matches. Melbourneians are sporting enthusiasts and particularly passionate about Australian football. 9 of 18 league teams are based in Melbourne. National Sports Museum, Australia's only dedicated multi-sports museum, is also located at the MCG.
And the Royal Australian Air Force lived here. They slept on stretchers located in the causeways.
On day 2, take a city tour on City Circle tram and then on a hop-on hop-off bus. City Circle tram is a free service and a great introduction to Melbourne. It takes 48 minutes to complete a loop. It passes through major attractions like Federation Square, Harbour Esplanade, Queen's Victoria Market, Federation Square is the venue for arts, culture and public events on the edge of the Melbourne Central Business District. Covering over 17 acres, Queen Victoria Market is the largest open-air market in the Southern Hemisphere. Melbourne Star, built in 2008 and reopened in 2013, is a giant ferry wheel. In the 30-minute round, you get perfect views of city's skyline, which are awesome. Eureka Skydeck 88 is the highest viewing platform in the southern hemisphere. The edge is a switchable glass cube which slides out from the building while you are inside. On day 3, take the Great Ocean Road Tour, one of Australia's most spectacular coastal drive. Great Ocean Road is an Australian listed 243-kilometer stretch of road along the southeastern coast of Australia. It starts from Torquay and finishes at Allens Ford near Warrnambool. Built by returned soldiers between 1919 and 1932 and dedicated to the soldiers killed during World War I, the road is the world's largest war memorial. The gorge is named after the ship Lockard, which ran aground on nearby Muttonbird Island during 1878. There were only 2 survivors, Tom Pearce and Eva Carmichael. Rising out of the Southern Ocean, you will find the 12 Apostles, which are limestone pillars that were once connected to the mainland. Waves and wind carved them into caves, then arches, and eventually battered them down into 40-meter tall column. Only 8 apostles exist at the moment. London Arch, formerly London Bridge, is an offshore natural arc formed by gradual process of erosion. The span closer to shoreline collapsed unexpectedly during 1990. You can take this tour from one of the local tour operators who specialize in such tours. If you have an extra day, take a trip to the Phillip Island, where at the end of the day, you get to see the world famous penguin parade.